Hey, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, man, this literally does not work. Let's get open for business here the day after Christmas. Sorry, guys, I'm a little late getting going this morning. I just don't know what happened. I just cannot seem to get myself together. You know, there's sometimes you have days like that, and you just kind of have to stop, kind of pull yourself in, get yourself together, and get on with what you got to do. And I know because I got a bunch of y'all that were sending me messages and saying, where is my Don't Sleep on the Dallas Cowboy report? You guys need your fix, don't you? You missed me. I know all you haters out there, man. You're going crazy when you don't see me. What do you do if you didn't have me to release all that hate? Come on now. I know you got it. I know I'm feeling a need for you guys because it's so funny when I see somebody out there who will constantly come on and talk about how stupid I am, how boring I am, and how they wish that there were other Dallas Cowboy bloggers out there. You know, there are other ones out there. Maybe if you spent less time over here hating on me, you'd discover some of those ones. And some ones that completely think the exact opposite of what I do. So have your way, man. Find those guys. In fact, maybe I should start pointing out some of those, other stations for you so that way you don't have to waste your time here. I'll be honest with you. I enjoy some of you trolls. Some of you guys are idiots, but I enjoy you guys. It's actually fun to hear the asinine things that come out of your mouth. And I know I'm opening myself up for it, but that's all good, man, because you know what? If it makes you feel better, hating me, by all means, I want you to feel better. I want you to feel happy. So let's get on with the program on Don't Sleep on the Dallas Cowboys, because you literally cannot sleep on the Dallas Cowboys because things happen late in the evening, late at night, first thing in the morning, so you want to be up to speed with all that is America's team. Today, Wednesday, in the last week of the regular season, the Cowboys, like every other team in the NFL, gets on the field. For some teams, this is the last week before major changes. And make no mistake that the team that you have right now will never be that same again. It's going to change. You're going to lose coaches. You're going to lose players. Players are going to go to other teams. Some are going to retire. So this, for some teams, is it. The guys you're in that locker room looking at, you may not be in that same locker room, or they may not be there next year. And it's time to reflect on all of the work that you did that got you to this point. Figure out what you did right, what you did wrong, what happened. Was it a success? Was it a failure? And what are the things that we need to do going forward to be better? It's a rough week for a lot of players. Some careers will end this week. And that's the hard thing about football. Football is kind of like that love of your life. If you've never played football, you don't understand. But when you really get into football, and I'm not talking about just playing Little League for 1 year, but when you literally play Little League, high school, college football, and I can only imagine being in the NFL, because you start out at such a young age, it is something that is ingrained into your DNA. Your body, literally. I know when I used to play football, come August, by August, my weight would gain. My body would just feel different because it was like it was preparing for that season, for that wear and tear. And when you do that year after year, 4 years high school, 4 years college, and then 5, 10-year careers, when that stops, it's like losing a loved one. It's like a breakup with the love of your life. And you don't want to let that go. And that's why you see sometimes players that hang on for too long, even though it's at the detriment of themselves. Sometimes you fall in love with something, and even though you know it's bad for you, you just can't turn away. And that's football in a nutshell. If you've never played, you might look at it and say, how can you do this to yourself? How can you literally play out there on broken bones, on ruptured, ligaments? How do you have that drive over and over and over again? You think about a guy like a Zach Martin who has played the whole season on a sprained knee. You think of a guy like Tyron Smith who's neck stinger, arm with a knee brace in his arm. You think of a guy like a Sean Lee who has shredded his hamstring over and over and over again. You look at it and say, why do you do this? Why do you put yourself through it? The agony of losing and the disappointment. Why can you allow yourself to be put through that? And I can't understand. I wish I could explain that. But every person who's been part of that fraternity, no matter how old they are, no matter how bad their shape is, believes they can still go out there for a couple of plays and would do anything to do that. Football is that crazy woman that gives you the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. Football is life itself. And it sounds crazy the way I'm describing it, but I think back what football has done in my life, what it's taught me personally. I can remember thinking you have nothing else to give. When you don't think that you can go any further, somehow football teaches that you can give more, that you really can give 110%, that no matter how bad it looks, how there seems to be no hope, that there's a Hail Mary out there. And that's why, for a lot of players, it's sad. And this week, these few practices that are left in that one game is the beginning of the end of probably the greatest relationship of their lives. Yeah. Football. There is absolutely, positively nothing, and I mean nothing, like it. And instead of us hating so much with what I talk about or what I do, because life is really short. You can be here today and gone tomorrow, just like these players. Instead of looking at the Cowboys team and the season and saying what you don't have or what you can't do, look at it for what you have. Look at it for the blessings that it's given you. You may not get that 6th ring this year, but the fact that you've had the opportunity to be part of the conversation, to be part of the equation, for somebody to get there, they have to beat you, is a wonderful thing. Football, as bad as it may be, as hard as it may seem, And make no mistake, it's not perfect. There's a lot of problems with football. But in life, like a relationship, you have to take the good with the bad. And if you enjoy seeing the team win, you have to deal with losing. Because when you lose, it makes winning that much sweeter. So guys, girls, everybody out there, thank you for enjoying and being part of my journey with football and life. I'll see you guys soon.